Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for coming back. It's your girl Ann. Today's video I'll be showing you how to make this shirt. So this is so simple, especially for a beginner. So I have my African print fabric of about 1.5 yard. You can use 1 yard depending on your body size. I have my elastic band, my pair of scissors, my chalk, my tape rule, and then my ruler. Okay guys, so I've already folded my fabric into two like this, considering your body size. So I folded this into two, considering my hip, which is 38 inches, so divided by 4. So I folded this into 12 inches. On fold, it is 12 inches. Now for my vertical measurement, my full length for the shirt is 14 inches. My full length is 14 inches plus 2 inches hemming allowance, and then 2 inches at the top, which we'll be using for the elastic band. So that is what I'm marking. So the 2 inches at the top and 2 inches for the hem will make 4, plus my 14 inches length for the shirt, it will be 18 inches. So exactly so I'm coming down by 2 inches, which is going to be for my band, my elastic band, 2 inches. That is what I've marked. You can make it 1.5 inches if you are cool with that, depending on the elastic band you're using. I'll be using the small elastic band, but I prefer it to be 2 inches. So the next line, this is my waistline, so I'll go down by 8 inches, which is my hip line. I'll go down for my waistline to 8 inches, which is my hip line. Then I'll mark the full length of the shirt, which is 14 inches. So that's what I'm marking right now. I'll go down by 8 inches, which is my hip line. Then I'll go down by 14 inches, which is the full length of the shirt, and then rule it out. Okay guys, so as you can see, this 2 inches gap is for my elastic band, that is to my hip line, and then to the full length of the shirt. Now we are going to be calculating for our crotch depth. Now to get your crotch depth, we are going to be dividing our hip measurement by 4. My hip is 34, divided by 4 will give me 9.5. But then I will make it 10 inches. I will make it 10 inches, or better still, you can make it 9.5. I want to make it 10 inches for easiness. Okay, so that's our crotch depth down there. It's 2 inches. So I'm just making sure to rule the lines out well. So guys, now I'll go ahead and then divide my hip measurement by 4, which gives me 9.5 inches. So calculating on the crotch line, that's what I'll be marking on it. For the crotch line, I'll mark 9.5 on that, and then 9.5 on the waistline as well, and 9.5 on the hip line as well, and join them together like this. Okay. Now, the little rectangular box that is created after joining them together on the crotch line, this is where we are going to be curving. So if you measure, you realize you have about 2.5 or 2.25 inches for the crotch. So I'll go ahead and give that side a curve. I'll go ahead and curve that area. So now I'll measure my thigh. My thigh is 22 inches, so I'll go ahead and mark that on the full length of the shirt. 22 divided by 2 is 11, so that's what I marked over here. Then I'll join it to the curved area on the crotch line like this. Now after that, I'll go to my hem, and instead of marking the 11, I'll add ½ inch to it and join it like this to be able to fold in without finding any difficulty. So this is it. I realized the chalk wasn't clear, so I will remark this and show it to you. Okay, so this is how it is. This is for my elastic band. That's my waistline. That's my waist to my hip line, then to my crotch depth line, to the full length, and then the hem of it, and the curve for the crotch. So I'm just trimming this off. This is the front part of the shirt. This is the front part of the shirt. So I'm going to cut this out like so. Alright guys, so we are done with the front part of this shirt. So we are moving on to the back part of the shirt. So I'll place this on a folded fabric like so, leaving excess of it at the back of the shirt. So now measure my crotch depth line on the back of the shirt and the back, and I'm making sure to let it be in line like this. After that, I'll go ahead and mark 2 inches all round like this. Mark 2 inches at the sides. Remember, we didn't leave any allowance for the front part of the shirt, so the 2 inches will enable this to be accurate. Okay, so just as we mark for the, like we slanted the hem for the front part of the shirt, that's exactly how we'll be slanting it for the back part as well. That's what I just did. So I'm just going to connect my hem line to the crotch line like this. Like I said, the crotch line, I marked 2.5 inches. You can make it 3 inches or less depending on your backside. If you have a heavy backside, I suggest you use 3 inches, or you use 2.5 inches. I added 2 inches allowance to the center back of the shirt and 2.5 inches for the crotch line. Now I will curve this area to the crotch line as well. Then from the back, I will go up by 1 inch. I will go up by 1 inch. You can go higher like 2 inches or 1.5 inches depending on your backside. Like I said, if you have a heavy backside, just add more. So the 1 inch will enable you to sit without the back of your waist showing. Okay, so basically we're done with the back part of this shirt as well. So I'm just going to cut this out. Jet planes in the night sky with you. Getting high in the sunrise with you. Getting through all the bad times with you. I wasn't missing a thing, no. So guys, if you haven't yet subscribed to the channel, please consider subscribing, like this video, share this video, and leave a comment in the comment section on how you understood this. You can also make this and tag me on Instagram at Anela Creations for me to see how far you went with this. So now I'm going to stitch this down or join the front part of the shirt with ½ inch like this, and then I'll also join the back part of it with also ½ inch. Okay, So after joining this together, after joining the center parts of both the front part and the back part of the shirt together, I just open the seam lines and then flat iron it. I'll do same for that of the back part of the shirt. Okay. Now after ironing both of them, I'll place them on each other with the right side facing each other. So now on the wrong side, I'm going to join the down part of the shirt like this and then stitch or join them together using half of an inch. After that, I'll join the sides together as well. You realize that the back part of the shirt is bigger than that of the front parts of the shirt. Remember, we added 2 inches allowance for that of the back part of the shirt. So I'll join them using 1 inch each to join them. Okay, so this is it after taking it to the sewing machine and stitching them down. So I joined the down part of it using half of an inch, and then I joined the sides using 1 inch. I'm going to turn this over like this. I'm going to turn it to the right side of the fabric. So this is how it looks like, or this is how it turned out after joining the sides and then the down part of the shirt. So now I'm going to fold in the waist line, the 2 inches that we left for the elastic band. I'm going to fold it in like so. I'll first of all fold in like half of an inch or 3/4 of an inch like this, and then fold in a bigger one that is 1/4 of an inch. Press it down all round. Like I said, I first of all fold in 3/4 of an inch and then 1/4 of an inch like so, and then flat iron it like so. This is how it turned out after I ironed it. Now remember, we also left 2 inches allowance for the hem parts of the shirt. The hem part of the shirt. So like I did for the top or the band of the shirt or the waistline, I will also fold in like 3/4 of an inch and then fold in 1/4 of an inch for the ties, or for the ties of the shirts like this, or the knee measurement. This is not my knee, this is my tie, this is short. So after folding them in, I just flat ironed it. Then I'll take it to the sewing machine. For my waistline, I will leave a gap about 1 inch like this, which I'll be using my elastic band to pass through. So I'll take this to my sewing machine and stitch them down. So this is it after I took it to the sewing machine. So I'll attach my safety pin to my elastic band. My waist is 28 inches, but I'm using 24 inches of the elastic band. You can use lesser of this depending on your preference, how you want the elastic band to tie to your waist. So I just did it like 4 inches. You can go ahead and design like 5 inches, 6 inches, depending on how you want the elastic band to fit your waist. So I'm just passing my elastic band through the band I created at the top of my shirt. I just push it through and then pull out. I push my safety pin through it and then pull out the elastic. I'll go round until I come to meet where I started, or I come back to the space that I left for the elastic band. Okay, so guys, this is it. This is where I've reached. I just join them together. I will join the ends of the elastic band together like this, placing them on each other, and then I'll sew it. I'll stitch them down or join them with a stitch, or you can even tie them up and then pull it in and stitch or join the space you left on the waistline like this. Okay, so this is our short. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned for more videos. Bye.